to pick up win number 10 on the season. It's the Falcons going up against the Cowboys. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 26 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Falcons a first down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Six yards to go here on second down. Back to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And now the defense for Dallas.
Jadeveon Clowney was the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and it was with good reason. An absolute athletic freak. Now he's trying to add consistency to his game.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Okay, starting lineup time offensively, Charles, for the Dallas Cowboys.
And how about them at number 4 in the 2016 draft? Big needs on the defensive line, and they go with the running back.
They go star power.
They went star power, but Ezekiel Elliott, in a lot of ways, was exactly the right decision. When they had winning success in 2014, they did it running the football. Elliott can do that for them again.
It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you think, man, fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
Let's go! Leopard! Over!
Play clock winding down. They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. As we get a look at the defensive starters, the secondary, they're certainly going to need to be on their toes in this one.
And you know me really well. Where do I start analyzing a game? From the secondary. And these guys have to be on point today. They're facing a high-powered attack.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there and swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. He's going to into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds, getting it just shy of the 35.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going for a right side here, complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. They try the corner route there, Charles, and it works to perfection.
Boy, that's hard on a defensive back because if you get any faker move to the inside, you have to respect it, and then the receiver breaks back to the sideline.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now, Barney.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go. 3.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
So they're operating in the red zone. A first down carry by Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Brief break in the action here. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. 2nd down and 4.
Now let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll look to throw here. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And quickly, they get to the line.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw here. Looking deep downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Their big tight end. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say, oh, my apologies, Larry. I wanted to hear the report. Somebody's in a hurry, so we're going to get him right to quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 11 on the gain there. And it'll be a Dallas 1st down.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They'll give to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Now let's go. No, check. Patriot. Let's go.
They come out here in the eye. Running with Elliott. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It'll be a gain of 11. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
All right, here we go. Over.
And now a carry here for their fullback. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Here we go now.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and react into the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And a short gain down to about the 33. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, You don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
One of the hallmarks of their success this year, they've been fearless on fourth down, and they convert another one right here to move the chains.
They find some open field here, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again?
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
The play clock's running down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And they do stop it, but he takes it all the way to the 2.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
From the 2-yard line now, it's first and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Shift together here from the D-line. Back now here on EA Sports. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. No. Check. Patriot.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
After that incompletion, I almost get the sense that he's going to look up at the booth and kind of look at us and say, hey, you guys got any suggestions? It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? They've had him on the run throughout.
Yeah, and I get that you're trying to make a play here, losing fourth quarter, but to throw when you're not set with pressure coming could have been an interception.
Very much so, and it's been that kind of game for him. They've had him on the run, had him off balance. He's got to find a way to make some big-time throws down the stretch. Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal.
Let's go. Green, 39. Watching that party. Green, 39.
They come up in an offset eye.
Here we go.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some space here. Oh, he will not go down.
Have to retape those ankles.
Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved him and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Now let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. And he is going to be wrapped up and slung to the turf. They overload him that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on 4th down, a change of possession anyway. And now a first down following that long gain.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. So out come the foul. Falcons now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
3rd and inches, just turn around and hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Fresh set of downs here. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be... And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Can't believe they let you play. Leopard! Hurry up, here we go. Green 39! Green 39! Over! No. Check, Patriot! Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check, Patriot! All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. And this one is incomplete. Certainly some contact there, and that's why there's a penalty on the defender for pass interference.
So hard to time it up for a defender to hit the receiver when the ball arrives. Got there a little bit early on that one.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a moment. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's caught at the 1. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Their big tight end with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The give is to Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Throwing left side, it's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And they're going to speed things up here. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Good. Let's go. 3-19. Watching that body.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons are close to finishing off this football game. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left. And that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch. Not at all.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can right here in this room, and then you go on the road.